word above your name. You got a lot of names, but you honor your word above your name, and we thank you for honoring your word. Encourage our elder Tyrone and Sister Celeste and Shell and all of these that went forth. Chanel Morantes, encourage their hearts. Help them, keep on teaching us, giving us what we need to make it. And we give you glory and honor and praise. In Jesus' name, thank God. Amen.
Amen. For those in the house, God, can listen to your God praise on this evening. And we're so thankful for the Lord being gracious to us, allowing us to make it to the house of God one more time.
One more time.
We appreciate that strength, Mr. McCain, for opening up on prayer tonight. You know that prayer makes things easier. Prayer opens up the doorway, and prayer allows us to hear what the Lord has to say. Amen. Amen. We have our superintendent who's coming in on this. We want to appreciate him for giving us an opportunity to have conference in February. I know those pastors would say no when they allow us to take some of his teaching time to share with people that I truly appreciate our superintendent Davis for allowing us to have conference in February. Amen.
Amen.
And therefore, can you just wave at the studio audience at home and we're streaming live so people from all over can hear us, see us, and take part in this for those who are at work across the country. So we thank God for them. Just like we want to appreciate everyone for allowing us to have Operation February. Those that come out. How many of you have been out for all 4 sessions?
You missed one.
Amen. The 3 sessions. 2 and 1. Well, when you took out my any sessions, I, myself, and Evangelist Tuffy truly appreciate it. Amen.
Amen.
And this is a joint venture with YCC and YWCC, where each February we take time to just do the basics, just go over certain things naturally and spiritually that we can do in order to make our lives better in Christ. Amen. And last week we had Evangelist Morantes come and talk to us about fighting for our children, about fighting for our young people in our community, in our church, in our homes. And she truly did bless us. She brought out a lot of great information. She gave us all packets. And she also indicated to us that we have the tools here to help the young people of this church and this community. I know personally, I don't know where I would be if it was not for this church.
All right.
People in the youth department, the ministry
right.
department, the elders department, all over this church, they helped me become the person that I am today. So we need to make sure that we invest in the young people who are coming through those doors.
Yes.
So I won't waste anyone else's time, but we have a special speaker today. I was almost asked to do this particular Foundation February, but I got so worked out with school and other tasks, I was not able to prepare something for them. So probably about 2 weeks ago, I got in touch with one of the best speakers and wisest men that I know. And that person is my dad, James Daniel Senior. Deacon Daniels, amen? Amen. And we getting great information about communication because this topic is about communication within the church, within our families. And he took us into so much good information. I said, you know what? I think you would be the excellent to do this particular workshop. And he thought about it for a little while and he agreed to it. I really appreciate him taking that time out and studying and preparing all the information that he has so that we can learn how to better communicate with one another. Amen?
Amen.
I think we learn how to better communicate. We'll make pastor's job easier. We'll make the evangelist's job easier. We'll make the deacon's job easier. As long as we can communicate. Amen?
Yeah.
So without further ado, it would be my honor to turn this part of the workshop over to our speaker, Deacon James Daniels. We appreciate you if you come at this time. Let's give this appreciate him with a handbrake. Come up at this time.
Amen. Amen.
I want to first give honor to my Lord and Savior, and honor to my pastor. When my son asked me, it's not that I would look of him because he's just a different person. Not just saying that because of his father, but he wanted me to do this, and I would do anything for him because he is so busy. And I said, I will do this. And he knows that his dad, when he say talk, I have no problem with doing that. I think communication is very important. Now, what I noticed from the other presenters, when they were giving their presentation, they told a little bit about themselves. And I was thinking about it. I was listening to the last lady who gave her presentation, and she talked about working at jobs for the different areas she worked at. And I said, well, most of you know me as Big and Daniel. You don't know too much about me. But what I have three objectives this afternoon, and I want to talk about communication, how it can affect your career. I want to talk about the importance of listening, how it can affect your career. And I want to talk about crucial conversation, how it can affect your career. Now, I've been blessed. I've been married 40-some years, and you've got to be able to communicate with your spouse. If you don't have a lot of problems, then good communication is good in the family. Raise 3 children in order to get your message across to them where you want them to go and where you want them to be. You've also got to be able to communicate with them. And I thank God that all of my children are away from home. They're doing well. They're progressing well in their careers. Elder Tyrone is 1 grade behind when I retired. It took me 30 years to get to GSRT. He's done it in 10 years. So maybe he was listening to some of the things we were saying at the dinner table. But it's communication that you talk and you pass this on from one generation to the next. Now, what I decided to do is that I was talking to him the other day, and I said, you got close to 40 years when you can retire. That's a long time. I was wondering, I was getting tired. And my wife said, why do you keep working once you retire? Because I didn't know what retirement was. But there's going to come a time in a young person's life that you're going to get tired, and you're going to want to retire. And if you haven't prepared yourself for retirement, you asking for a lot of problems. I noticed that, and please pass this on to people that you know, that the government had a secret vote that effective May the 31st of this year, they're going to change the benefits of Social Security. I haven't seen that in the newspaper, I haven't seen it in place. But if those people who are dependent on Social Security are going to lose thousands of dollars if they don't sign up for May 31st. And we need to talk about those type of things and pass them on. But what I'm planning on doing tonight is this, in a few minutes. I want to talk about myself, my career, and how communication played a role. So if there's a young person in here, that they can pick up some hints, some things that can help them. My educational background, I undergraduate work in Indiana State University. My graduate work from University of Wisconsin. Got a few hours to finish part of my master's, and I was doing it to try to prove to the boys that if an old man can work and go to graduate school, there's no reason that they couldn't go to college. But they out of college and they ain't going back. But I had to get the point across. Work experience, I was a director of residential living for Rescare Corporation, responsible for the living environment, personal and social development for 400 students and 60 staff. I've been in communication there with 60 staff. We got to talk to them. I've worked for Rescare for over 25 years and never had a uniform under me because I had a good communication. I could listen to my staff and understand what their concern was. I had 400 teenagers under me, so I had to listen to them because they were there 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. If you didn't have good communication, good discipline, you would have problems. And I was very successful at that. I rose to the rank of executive director, which was responsible for directing a program activity with 400 residents and 128 staff. So I doubled the staff I had to communicate with. I had to talk to, I had to motivate, I had to encourage, I had to train. All that comes back to communication. Now I want to stop for just a minute to say, in the old days, we were trained to communicate and come before people in the church. As a small child, you had to give Christmas poems. You had to put on your dress, your tie, and do all of that. So the church was used to train you to get up before people and talk before people. Anybody remember that? Christmas, all the kids had to get up and talk. That's where I learned to give my speeches and things like that. It was in the church. That's where I learned how to talk. It was in the church. Because I knew, I was scared to death, but I knew Christmas, I had a piece of paper, I had to have it memorized, and I had to stand and speak. Well, the thing that I'm trying to say to you tonight, if you're going to be successful in the work world, you have to be a master of communication. I worked as the executive director of public housing for the city of Joliet, which was talking to senior citizens, talking to Section 8 people, talking to the press, talking to city government officials, and you had to use that skill of selling ideas and telling people where you were going and what you were doing. So the point that I'm trying to bring across tonight, that without those skills of being able to listen, which is one thing we'll talk about tonight, to be able to deal with crucial conversations, which we'll talk about tonight, and to be able to communicate, I would not have been able to do my job. And I'm saying to the young people who are going to be in the workforce for the next 30 or 40 years, that skill has got to be developed. You have got to develop it. And you should use the opportunity, especially at your church, at every chance that you get to practice, and giving presentations and practice, and bringing information to the church, that when you go into the workforce, you already have those skills. Now you got to remember that when I came out of the cotton field, we didn't write PowerPoints and things like that about boiled cotton. So we just didn't write about those type of things. But when I got into the workforce, they were talking about essays, they were talking about reports, they were talking about all of these things. I didn't come from that culture, and maybe the young people there, they come from that, but now my day, and I've got many people in here my age, we just didn't come from that culture. So I had to quickly develop those three skills: communication, dealing with a crisis situation in order to provide a living for my family. I was also the director of the Illinois State Coordinator for Vietnam Veterans with Agent Orange. My job was to allow the veterans from the Vietnam War suffer from Agent Orange, the children suffer from Agent Orange. I had to work with them to try to get them the funds to help them with their medical problems, to help them with their children. And to be completely honest with you, a job bothered me so much I had to leave it because so many of our veterans were suffering. After leaving that, I came to your city of Milwaukee with the Treasury Department. I came in as the chief of facility, and my job was to assist in rebuilding all of the IRS offices throughout the state of Wisconsin. And in doing that, my responsibilities included space design, security, communication, support services for all the IRS offices in the state. And one of the things that I learned when I first came to Milwaukee that was shocking to me, it created a major problem for me. I was here a little over a year and a half, I picked up over 100 pounds because of the stress. This is the first city I've ever worked in. When I came in, I saw a city 65% black, minority, and color. And when I checked the number of blacks that were working in the Internal Revenue Services in the state of Milwaukee, it was only 3%. When I checked to see what the hiring practices was for the city, it was only 3%. This is one of the few cities in the United States where the population is over 65% black, and yet there's no black mayor. And politics is the bottom line is money, it's communication, get money to the people. And that created a problem for me to be able to communicate within a culture who were not used to. I was one of the first black managers to come here, and they'd only seen blacks empty trash can, clean bathrooms, and things like that. So when I walked in, my first day at work, they wouldn't even open the door for me. My first day at work, the secretary walked up to me and said, the only reason you're here is because you're black. I could have got up, took the trash can and crammed it across her head, but I had a wife and 3 kids. I had to communicate to stay in that environment in order to feed and take care of my family. That's going to go back to crucial conversation. And that means that when things are out of control, that it can get to a serious situation, you got to bring it back under control. You got to keep your cool, and you've got to communicate in a way to let people know that you're not going to be intimidated and you're not going to push me out. Now, what I said to the lady when she said that, another 15 white staff was listening to me at the time, I said, I am qualified for this job, I've gone to school for this job, I went into the military for this job, I beat out everybody for this job, and I am an American, and you and nobody else will deny me from this job. And the office got quiet. Now, I didn't invite to lunches and stuff like that, but I was more concerned about Mrs. Dennis going to bring the paycheck in rather than eat them up and people being real friendly to me. But the next job I had was the district research responsible, including studying taxes and things like that, and explain to you what that means. I would take data from California, and there would be a group of dentists, and they said they made $500,000. I would check and see how much taxes they paid. I would come to Milwaukee, and dentists would say they made $500,000, and they paid no taxes. My job was just who is lying to who to find out what's going on. But that's your communication, that you ask a question, that to writing. One thing I want to say to the young people, if you don't learn how to do anything else, you better learn how to write, and you better learn how to spell if you're going to make money in this country. You got to write. A lot of people say, well, if I'm not a good writer, what do? One of the codes that I learned in the white culture is they have a thing they call networking proofing. What does that mean? That means that before they send anything out on email, they've got somebody who's good in English or whatever that will proof it before it goes out. Now, why don't you want an email to go out that has poor grammar or anything else? There's an unwritten code in the white industry that if you cannot write, you cannot represent them. Remember, if you cannot write and if you cannot speak, you won't go anywhere. And we have to teach our young people that. A lot of them spend a lot of time playing games and things. I see them doing that in church and everything else. But I have not, in my 50 years of work, had a job where I can sit at the computer and play games all day. So we need to focus on making sure our young people have those skills. Moving down quickly, I work as the assistant director to the director. My job was a liaison between the director and the congressman. I've had experience working with your mayor for many years before I came to this church, working with him in Washington, D.C., working with your senators and things of that nature. It all came back to, can you communicate? Can you talk? When they continue to watch them to explain what the situation is and trying to ease the problem in the Milwaukee office, I had to sit and talk to the brass. And I couldn't come in there and say, I know, I had to have a conversation. Those skills that I learned to communicate with started in the church. That's where it started at. I made my career and made a great career by my ability to communicate. I was assigned to the National Office for Special Project, or EO, meaning that the government could not understand why Milwaukee was one of the worst cities in the nation in the hiring of minorities. My job was to come in and and to find out what the problem was. And the key to it is a pipeline. If blacks don't get into the pipeline, they don't get promoted. Government brings most people in as a clerk, as a secretary, or whatever. We don't tell our young people that they think they're going to come in at 12, 14, 15. And I was saying to my son, when he was coming out of college, just get in. And once you get in, he came out of administration, moved into another operation, and he went to where he wanted to go. I'm saying, if we don't have people in the pipeline, we got a problem. And my job was to go back to Congress and say to Congress that what's happening is we investigated the newspaper, things like this in the job, were not being advertised in the black community. So basically what happened, when I came to Milwaukee, I had his own personnel office, did all their hiring. But the time that I was saying I recommended to Washington, they moved all of the hiring from Milwaukee, and it's in Chicago now. Therefore, the numbers are starting increasing. But it would take years to get enough people in the pipeline where they would be in management to help. But it goes back again to communication. Now, the last thing I'm going to talk about dealing with my job was policy analysis. And that was dealing with, if you went to Miami to see how you fill out the taxes, those rules have to be the same in the state of Washington. My job was to examine the policy throughout the country to see if they were being done the same way. And again, you have to communicate, you have to write, you have to challenge people, you have people sometimes in these backward areas where we're going to do it this way. No, this backward area, redneck area, is still the United States of America. This is how you're going to do it. And you would get into some very hostile conversations sometimes in dealing with that. But I enjoyed that. I am a disabled veteran, and one of the most proud things that I'm the head deacon here at the church, which calls for a lot of communication. You communicate with the pastor, you communicate with the deacons, you communicate with everybody, and doing what you can to make sure these doors open every day. Again, it goes back to communication. I assisted with grant writing, quite a few grants that we've had here at the church that I work with. One grant, the senior citizen across the street, was instrumental in writing it. The senior citizen complex for Walter Davis, I was instrumental in writing that. When we started putting things together, Pastor Lowry built a team for the building of the church. But I want to go back to communication. Writing, communication is very important. Communication has several different layers to it. And I just want to talk a few this afternoon to say that without communication, I would not have been able to do my job. One of the things I also want to talk to you about is let's look at some of the basic elements of communication in doing my work. We're talking about communication, and it comes from the Latin word which means common or to share. How do we get information out? The elements of communication is two ways. And if you communicate, you can only hear what you have to say. You can't hear what somebody else is saying. That's not communication. You have to be able to hear what the other person is saying. Basic communication model, is you sending a message out verbal, or you sending out a message in writing, or you use symbols. When I talk about symbols, you know, when you come up to a four-way stop and you see a red sign there that says stop on it, that's a symbol that tells you what? It doesn't speak to you, it tells you to stop. And if you don't stop, you will get a ticket. The police see you going through there without stopping. That's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about symbols. There in communication, we have the receiver. That means the person who is receiving that information. The receiver can also communicate verbally, or they can receive messages by listening. It's a two-way conversation when I start talking about communication. And we talk about the message. Putting the message together. tonight what I'm trying to do is put a message together to you about the importance of communication. How it affects our family, how it affects our church, how it affects us at work, how it has to do with careers. The communication between a job and a career. The difference in a job is that you can switch jobs every 6 months. But what are you doing for your Social Security when you get 65? What are you doing for the three-legged stool when you get ready to retire? A career, you start looking at fringe benefits, you start looking at bonus, you start looking at 401k, you start looking at sometimes at staying on jobs for 25, 30 years like I did. There's a difference. But in order for you to stay within an organization and move through the chain of command and make money within 6 figures, you've got to master communication, you have to master writing, and get to people with ideas so others can sense to it, treat people better, that others know how you feel about them, start to understand other people and have empathy for them. Be able to even when people trust, to respect. I'm not going to trust you if you know what it's doing. It's the bottom line. 4 key of the meeting tonight is important. You use words that the audience can easily understand. And when I was, we have thousands of words in the dictionary. But basically, to communicate on any level, there's only 500 words we use. And those 500 words can be used in several different ways to the point around, and also say around 12,500 ways where different needs and different cultures. So all of these highfalutin words, long words, if you're losing your audience, you're not communicating. You got to communicate in a way where people can understand what you're saying, or you're going to lose them. The next thing I wanted to how to communicate effectively, you want to connect with the people that you're talking to. You want to establish a bond with the people that you're talking to. You want to pay attention to people's expression. And you look out in the audience and you can tell who's listening to you and who's not listening to you. Now, if 90% of y'all is not listening to you, then what I need to do is change things around a little bit. But if 85 to 90% of your audience is listening to you, you keep going in the direction you're going. Now I'm picking up vibes from the audience, and 89% of you are listening to me. So I must be saying something halfway right because I got your attention. Listening, we're going to talk about communication. We talk about communication, speak with sincerity, be sensitive to people's communication style, know what you want to accomplish. Now I want to speak a little bit this afternoon. I know I only have 45 minutes. I want to talk a little bit about the importance of listening. Now, what is listening? And why is it so important? Speech is a game. When I talk about a game, I like to use a wife as an example. 90% of our relationship is communication. We're talking morning, we're talking night, we talk all the time. And we have one portion, I'm getting dog house, we have one portion of husband and wife. But there's a business contract there. And the business contract is where we have to communicate. Now I know what I know, but I don't know what she knows if I don't create an environment that she can tell me. And the only way I can create an environment for her to tell me what she knows and what she wants to say, her objectives are in the family, for the children over the years, I must be able to listen. All right, let's break it down a little bit. Time we spend on the different areas of communication. That 40% of communication throughout our lives is listening. 35% of our time is talking. 16% is reading. And 9% is writing. So if the point I'm trying to bring home here, if we spend 40% of our lives listening and talking, then we've got a problem if we're not trained in that area. Let's ask ourselves this question. What does it feel like when someone listens to you? How do you feel when somebody listens to you? How do you feel when somebody will not listen to you? Do you feel that you want it? Do you feel like you're rejected? Do you feel like you're hurt? Listening is very important. Listening is taking information from the speaker and digesting that information, but it's also coming back and giving feedback to the person, letting the person know that you understand what they say. I'll say sometimes to the family, did I understand you correctly? This is what you would like, or I'll say to the wife, I was thinking I really want to paint the living room purple. And she would say, read my lip, we're not painting the living room. It's dialogue going on, but it ain't one way that I want it to go. You understand what I'm saying? But we have to talk. I think about we need to paint the living room purple, and when she walked in and say, look what I've done, man. I just painted the living room purple. I just go along very well. So I'm saying, if you want peace in the family, you got to find time to sit down and communicate. You got to make sure that you understand each other. And a lot of young people I talk to that's having problems, they're not listening to each other. They're talking at each other. They're not listening. They're not listening to see what the other person is saying. Let's look at, there's different levels of listening. There's the empathetic listener. This person refrains from judging and talking to listeners. Level 2, that person only hears words. You have a level 3 listener. They pick up what you're saying and spur. I can tell someone to listen to me. Can you tell someone to listen to you? Can you tell if they want to give you something, just know it as quick as possible, and you get off the phone, give it, and you tell them, I can. I can tell the difference, you know. Well, I gotta go, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. Well, one of the things I want to talk about here this morning, where did we get our listening skills from? We basically got them from our parents. You know, I'll give you an example. I constantly used to hear my mother say things like, don't be forward, don't interrupt the elder. Well, what does it mean to don't interrupt the elders? Well, if you practice that for 18 years and you go to a job and one day elders start talking, you never talk, how long do you think you'll hold that down? But shut up and listen. My mother used to tell me that. She tell me, boy, I said shut up and listen. I knew what that meant, that if I didn't shut up, the next thing I hear would be stop to hear. So I'll be quiet and listen to what you have to say. Children should be seen and not heard. How many times have you heard that? Well, basically, you telling a person, I'm going to train you to be seen and not be heard, and when you get into the job, then you ought to be seen and not be heard. You're not going to go up the ladder of being seen and not heard in the job. That's the bottom line. Don't speak until you're spoken to. Have you heard that? Look at me when I shout at you. Now, I remember one time, my mother would say to me, don't argue with me. I remember one time I was around 7 years old, and I saw this lady in the neighborhood, and I noticed each month her stomach kept getting bigger. So I went to her, because I had been reading in my father's library. I said, you pregnant? And in those days, I didn't know it at the time. You just didn't do that. And she was, boy, what's wrong with you? I said, you said, you don't know what you're talking about. I said, I know what I'm talking about. I went back to the house, got my daddy's book, brought the book, and opened it up so I could see. I told you you're pregnant. Well, I have to tell you that mom and daddy found out what I did. I had to pay the price. But I thought if I read it and I knew it, I could communicate. The point I'm trying to say in that is that you got to be careful what you say to who you say it to. I mean, you go in the workplace and you think you're going to walk up to the chief executive, pat him on the shoulder, talk to him every day, and say he's your friend. It's not going to happen. You won't be there long. He will be calling your boss and say, what's wrong with that idiot? You know, get him away from me. It just doesn't work that way. The point I'm trying to bring across there is that there's certain things that you should and should not do. Then I was talking to you a few minutes ago about 40% our time is listening. I was talking about, I want to tell you our school system is backwards. To give you an example. Writing, we spent 12 years going to school to learn how to write. And we use that skill 90% of the time. Reading, we spent 6 to 8 years learning how to read and reading things. We only spend 16% of our time reading. Speaking, we spend 35% of our time speaking, but we only receive 1 to 2 years of training in how to speak. If it wasn't for the church, for me, I would never gotten any training for speaking until I was in college, and that was after the war. So I wouldn't have had the skills I needed to work. I had to learn it from the church. Listening, we only receive on the average throughout this country 6 months training in how we should effectively listen to people. Yet, we spend 40% of our time listening. I want to say it's important that we learn how to listen. Now, we have different types of listeners, and one I'm going to talk about is the faker. The faker is someone pretending to listen and not listen. You got the dependent listener. Someone listens highly dependent, and they live on what somebody else is saying, but they're not contributing to the point of how they can use that. Just going through the motion. The interrupter. Now, have you ever been talking to somebody before you can get your sentence finished, they cut you off? What that person's telling you, what you were saying is not important. What that person's telling you, I don't hear you. What that person's saying is, I don't want to hear you. That turns people off. And if you do enough of it, the people will move away from you. I'll give you an example. In those years that I was working as a director, according to the program, I couldn't move more than 3% of my population. If I lost 3% of my population, the government was paying me $18,000 per person that was on that base. So if I lost people, that meant my company lost money. And one of the biggest reasons that I found we would lose people off that base were people with poor listening skills. I'll give you one example. Young lady came to my office around 16 years old. She was screaming and crying, and I said, what is the problem? She said, they're trying to get me a shot. I went down to the nurse. I said, what is the problem? And she said, it's time for her to take a shot, and she won't take a shot. This young lady she's out of her mind about taking a shot. Well, I said to the nurse, when you can see that she's having a problem taking the shot, have you set her down with a counselor? Have you set her down with the psychiatrist? No, but all of us wonder why she would take a shot. There's some people you cannot stick the needle in them and they don't break their body. But you got to have enough common sense to see where a person is coming from. That's what I'm talking about here. The other thing that I wanted to talk to you about that I thought was very important was on page, I want to talk to you about that when I came out of the cotton fields and Procter & Gamble had a problem with Black people being successful in management. And fast they were coming in, they lose. They could not communicate, they could not be a part of the corporate world. Most people are too young, you don't know what I'm talking about. But I remember a time where you didn't see Black people behind desks or anything. It just wasn't there. So there was the Civil Rights Bill passed and everything, so they had to get them in there. Which meant that my generation, we always had worked through verbal communication, we worked in the cotton fields and things of that nature. We have not been in a place where people sit and talk and you have to take notes and you have to write reports and things of that nature. We didn't know about networking. We didn't understand those things. So we became hostile, a lot of us in the workplace during the 60s, because we felt it was discrimination, that they didn't want to deal with us. A lot of it was true. But what Procter & Gamble did, which I thank them, they took 2 of their Black employees, sent them to college, and received master's degrees on sociology and psychology. And what they did, they wrote a book called The Black Man Making in the Corporate World. And basically what they should say, making it in the white world. And that's an excellent book, but it talks about communication. How do you communicate in a predominantly white culture? And it can be shocking, and it can be depressing if you don't understand what you're walking into. I'll be honest with you that when I first came to Milwaukee, I had to go back and pull that book up, because let's say you come to work and your manager never comes by and says good morning to you. Let's say that you come to work and none of your peer managers ever invites you to lunch. Let's say, for example, I worked in Milwaukee for over 20-some years. I've never had one person I worked with in Milwaukee in my home. Not one. The relationship wasn't that way. I wanted it to be that way, but it wasn't that way. But how do you survive in an institution that you feel that they're trying to shut you out? If you don't understand what's going on, and you don't know how to communicate, and you don't know how to stand before it and give your presentation and stand like you should, you have problems. The next thing I want to talk about is crucial conversation. I remember my last month on the job, I was holding a conference call all over the country, and the presenter was making some statements, And I said, I need you to go back over there. That doesn't sound right. And I don't mean this to be racial, but the white guy really got upset and tried to belittle me. And I didn't know it, but I raised my voice and said, listen, if I'm being in this conference call and I can't ask questions, whatever the rules are, and I get off the conference call, and I told him, you don't talk to me that way. Well, my voice must have been pretty loud, so the white came out and you know, things was wrong. But the conversation then and later, he called me and said, you know, I assist you. I said, yes, because we have to learn that our supervisors expect certain things from us. But we have to expect certain things from our supervisors, meaning that you can't talk to me the way you want to. You can't try to humiliate me. And you can't expect me to sit there and take it because I'm not going to take it. And I didn't take it. And the point I'm trying to say that if I had jumped up and started cursing, I could have lost my job. I didn't do that. But I let that black boy know that he stepped on the wrong toe. You understand what I'm saying? You don't talk to me that way. And I'm saying there's going to be some time when you're dealing with crucial conversations. And I'm going to move it on that 5 minutes. Crucial conversation is how do you deal with tense areas in your workforce. And you're going to be on the workforce and people are going to upset you. How do you deal with that? I don't have time to totally complete that, but one of the things I want to leave with you tonight is this. You gotta be able to control you. You gotta be able to say, I'm not gonna let this get out of control, but I'm still gonna tell you in the right way what I see the problem is. You gotta do that, because if you don't learn to speak up and tell people where you stand at, you send them the message that you agree with what they're doing. And they will continue to do it. I didn't say be disrespectful. So let them know that what you are doing is killing you. It might be making you feel good. And now you think you're doing the greatest thing in the world, but you are killing me and you're stopping me from doing my job. I did that to my supervisor. I let them know. And when I left, I got one of the highest evaluations from him. He sent me to all kinds of projects. He said, I want you on the project, because if something is wrong, you're going to tell me. And I would tell him. He said, well, Daniels, what do you think? I said, if you want to continue down that road, I'll go down that road. But I'm telling you, he's going to be a disaster. He said, we ain't going down that road. Because I had built the track record that I could tell him. We're talking about communication here. I could tell him the mistake he was making and let him make the decision. If he wants to go down there, fine. But I'm going to let you know I'm not going to agree with it. If you decide you want to jump off that deal, I'm not jumping off with you. Now, I'm not going to run to your boss and tell your boss the stupid mistake you're making here, but I'm telling you to your face, and I will put a note to file. Everybody know what note to file means? Note to file means I will write the conversation I had with you and file on the computer. If you send an email to yourself on the computer, what will it give on that email? It gives you the date and the time. That can be your record, where you can say, he knew I was good at that. I'm saying the crucial conversation, you have to understand the power of dialogue. When I talk about the power of dialogue, I'm talking about, can you stand and have a conversation with someone who has a different opinion than you? And I mean, honestly listen to them and try to understand where they're coming from. Are you a person that is so narrow-minded that you only see things your way? Well, I'm trying to say to you that if you're pushing for that goal of making 100,000, 200, 300,000, you can't be that way, because you have to work as a part of a team. You have to be able to make the people that you are talking to feel safe. What I mean by feeling safe? Now, give you an example, you back in. If every time she brings something up to me, I break out, start cursing and turning things in the house. How long is they supposed to be talking to me? Well, if you're on your job and somebody wants to come to you and tell you what they honestly feel, and you don't make them feel safe, you think they're going to tell you? They're not going to tell you. And what I'm trying to say in closing, I was told 7:20 these people all the time, is three things we tried to cover tonight. One was the art of communication, how important it is. Two, we want to talk about how important it is to listen to people. You can't hold large groups of people together. One last example. I had 64 people, and I was real sorry to take them to Jimmy Carter inaugural parade. And I would call the command for flanking movement for those 64 people. And every one of them would turn to the left or to the right or to the rear of the freedom movement when I gave them the command. But if they did not hear me, half of the platoon would mess up. So I had to do what as a drill sergeant. I had to make sure they heard what I said. So when I would call the command to the rear, march, the right guard would throw his flag up, and that would tell me that I heard you. Because I'll be in the rear platoon, he's in the front of the platoon, he would say, I heard you. Then I would give the command, and every man would say it. What I'm trying to have people about it. But what I'm trying to say, you have to make sure that people are hearing what you're saying. Yes, sir. Say it again.
What do you think is what do you think is a better way to effectively communicate? Do you believe it's more qualitative or qualitative?
I'm going to turn that question back to you. What do you mean quantitative or qualitative?
Basically, it's used as an example of managing troops. And it matters to say how they respond to, because one, use the person two. So that's the amount of the qualitative aspect, the quality of how you put into March in cadence. Now, a qualitative aspect of communicating is when I used to reference referring back to when you were speaking to the guy that was in the conference. Now, he said some things, I think he said that you took offense to, or that you didn't like, and you kind of raised your voice. So on that end, the quality of how he's holding the conversation or doing the phone conference call is important, because so many people will take that and really be upset.
Well, see, I will go back to, remember I stated that there's 500 words that people use, and those words can be interpreted according to different ways. When you say qualitative to me, I'm specifically you talking about clarity. Are you getting your point across? When you say quantitative, I'm thinking that you're saying, how much am I saying? And to answer your question, neither of those will play, because every situation is different. If I'm talking to someone who's having some social problem, something, all of that stuff about quantitative quality, that person needs to be heard. I need to talk to them and get the points on. If there's a person that I was having a problem with on the telephone, that was a crucial conversation. And that was, I was making it perfectly clear to him through dialogue that I didn't appreciate the way he was talking to me. And I'm a firm believer, I'm going to say to you that you have to teach people how to treat you. Because most people don't know how to treat you. You have to teach them that. Is there another question? Because I know Mr. Tyrone is only about time. Yes, ma'am.
Just back to the point of your debate about 500 common words that people use. I've heard people say when they talk verbally, when you support the person, calling them idiots,
Right.
Shut up. And they, in their response is, I have to talk to you like this because this is the only thing that you see to understand.
Mhm.
I take issue with that.
Mhm.
And my question is, how do you elevate people's ability to communicate so that they don't communicate like that and the receiver doesn't react as if that is the only thing that they can hear and was responsible for?
Okay, I would answer that question saying, number one, I have a policy that if you are of normal intelligence, and we got a lot of principles for it, if you are of normal intelligence, I will have a crucial conversation with you and say, don't speak to me that way, it's insulting. But if I'm talking to you and you are narrow-minded to the point that you feel that you can say whatever you want to say to me, I'm going to shake the dust in my feet, I'm going to move. Because arguing is not a good thing, because you don't have a dialogue when you're arguing. Because what you're saying to me when you're arguing is that I don't want to hear the position that you're in. All I want is what I want. And that's just like you walk into a room, you ready to be kid, you tell them to go to bed, and say, I don't want to go to bed, I want a lollipop. You know, and they're going to cry and you give them that lollipop. But some people are that way. So I'm saying that you have to, I work myself, you're not going to talk to me that way, you're not going to call me an idiot. Only place they always ever call me an idiot, call me bad names when I was going to basic training in the military. And it bothered me so much to the point that when I go to the rifle range, they would not let me have a rifle when my drill sergeant was on the range. Because they, I didn't say it, but they could see it in my face. If I got around in there, I was going to fix him up. But, but the point I'm trying to say is you have to teach people. A lot of people really do believe, like this guy I was talking to, they believe that their position gives them the authority to say whatever they want to do. I don't agree with that. You may say to other folks, you're not going to say to me. You don't, remember what I said. My job is to respect you, and I demand that you respect me. And if you don't respect me, there is nothing for us to talk about. Is there any other question? Yes, ma'am.
Earlier in your presentation, you mentioned that you have to create a space for people to feel safe to communicate. The work that I do, I lead discussions with undergraduate students, and one of my sections is really quiet. I think a lot of them are introverts, and my question is, how do you create that space to make people who may not feel comfortable speaking in public speak, or feel comfortable speaking in a class environment?
What I do when I'm teaching them that, and I can see that a lot. Number one, I take them from where they're at. I can find the formal circle, and I still have a discussion. And I began to ask them, what do you think about that? What do you think about that? I draw them into the conversation to make them feel safe. In other words, if I'm head of the conversation, I have to make them feel safe. A lot of people won't speak because they are fearful. People say, well, I said something stupid. The first thing I would say, the only stupid question is what you don't ask. I want people to feel, I'm a teacher, and I can't teach you if we can't communicate. And it's a teacher's responsibility to call the students to respond. That makes sense what I'm saying? And that's the career you got. Anybody else?
Sometimes when we communicate and people are not receptive to us or receiving us, I've learned over the years sometimes because we don't have all the answers right away. And that's a good communication skill. I do. Now, I'm not talking about you, because I know you're smart. but there are people here that's learning how to communicate. And sometimes the best way to have a recourse or to come back to them is by not saying nothing and waiting to the focus
just say what you have to say. I just know that up there when she was speaking, yes.
And I think that's awesome. The next part of that is like the user, naturally, they're not even for example, even if I get quiet, then my husband knows something's wrong. There's not always something wrong, I'm just processing through whatever I'm processing through. Because naturally, I'm a social worker, I'm talking, and I get quiet, what's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? But I think silence is just as much as communication is. Just like verbally, just like violence. And so, as people that are communicating, we're trying to learn how to talk to people and not ask them what is additional strategies that we can do to help make sure that it's really happening to the person, not that they're doing something wrong. Or you're making the time right for that discussion.
I agree with you. But the main point is we talk about, let's say in church, which is totally different. But in the corporate world, if you develop a skill of not speaking and not responding to your supervisor, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years go by, and you know those people are promoted over you. The data shows that people who can openly communicate and give their ideas, these people go up for that.
And also, I think as a leader, and you being a leader, and many of us are leaders, it is our responsibility to teach people how to do it. And bring the best out of it. And we have to always let people who may not be as good as somebody else, never say as good as me. You know, because you may not be as good as this one or that one. But before you leave out this class, or before you leave this ministry, and go to heaven, you're going to learn how to communicate in some kind of way. Because you do that, like one of these, very quiet, very person. But if you get to start talking to her, you'll be surprised the wisdom that she has over the years, just through reading the Bible and knowing the Word of God. So I just thought I'd share that. It is our job to teach others, and we shouldn't go around saying they should themselves. If they create themselves, they don't know nothing. It's your job to make sure that they're not stupid, and they're not crazy, and they're not, below the place where they don't have to be. They can grow.
Amen. Amen. I know we're short of time, so I won't talk long, but I would love for you to do another session on how to communicate to groups of people at one time that are all different personality types. I find that with the work that I do, I have a number of people that are introverts, that are not naturally gregarious or outgoing. And then you have my personality, which is totally the extreme. So it's hard to work with me if you're not more like me. But I'd like for you to do a session on that and another session on nonverbal communication. I think one thing that my ex-wife would say to me often in communication is that she would say, Jay, I hear what you're saying, but I hear louder what you're not saying. So I'm starting to really understand what she meant by that. So I'd like a session on nonverbal communication also.
I'm open. I was talking to my wife the other night, talking about this and things, and she said to me, and she probably knows me better than about this, she said, Jim, you enjoy teaching. You study your Sunday school as well, and I enjoy teaching. I say to you that Pastor here, he has given us this Wednesday night. At any time that Celeste and Pastor would like a class like this put together, or somebody else put together, I will be glad to. One of my objectives was, once I retire, is to do whatever I could to help in the church and pass on a little bit that I learned through my career of work. You got a journey, 40 years, 30, 40 years I've been to work for is not easy. So if there's anything that I can say to you encourage you, counsel you, in dealing with problems. I did a lot of interviewing for the top-notch jobs for the Treasury Department. Even though there's a list of questions that top interviewers use, I'd be glad to share with you. So anything that I can do to assist you, because the bottom line is what? I just love my people. All right?
Amen.
Most of the people that is another. How many of you enjoyed that on this evening? You did a lot of the nuggets of information. Just to, I just wanted to read a few verses about communication and the offering that we'll pass. This is the ESV version. James 1:19 says, "Notice, my beloved brethren, let every person be quick to hear, slow to speak, and slow to anger." And Proverbs 15:1 says, "A soft answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger." So we need to understand that the words that we say can either bring people up or tear them down. If someone has a harsh word to you, what are you going to respond back? And I believe that a lot of information was disseminated by Deacon Dennis, so we appreciate you for this time. So were there any last minute questions, any comments at all? Okay, amen. Well, we're going to go quickly into our offering. We just want to stay on our feet if you have your offering. And while you're in your offering, myself and Evangelist Celeste, we appreciate every last one of you coming out on these Wednesday nights in February. We really enjoy these times of sharing and teaching during the time. And for everybody, Evangelist Ferrantes, Deacon Daniels, Brother Andre Gordon, and Evangelist Celeste and Sheldon Cuffey, we appreciate all the teachers that went forth. And we also, like I said before, appreciate our superintendent, the best teacher of them all. We appreciate him for allowing us to have Foundation February. If it had not been for him, we would not have the voice to share with you. So at this time, if we have an offering, you can please stand and we have a word of prayer. Father, in the name of Jesus, we thank you for this time of sharing and teaching. We thank you for those who give. Bless those that have a desire to give, oh God. Let it be used for your glory to build your kingdom. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. You may come with your offering. Okay, and I just have a few announcements before we give final words from our leader and being dismissed. The Wisconsin third ecclesiastical jurisdiction evangelist department will be having their 2016 prayer breakfast. That will be on Saturday, March 12th, 2016, 10 a.m. to noon, and that'll be at Little Community Church of God in Christ, which is located at 2025 West Hampton Avenue. The cost for the ticket is $10. It's open to all, and there are tickets there if you'd like to take part in the prayer breakfast for the evangelist department. Amen. We also know that Friday night deliverance service, and on Sunday, our early morning worship is 8 a.m. Our Sunday school is at 9:30 a.m. and our morning worship is at 11 o'clock. So we want to make sure that we invite a friend, a neighbor, a relative to out the great Mount Sinai to hear the word of the Lord. Amen. And then now you're in the hands of our own Superintendent David.
Thank you, Elder Daniels, and I say to all of us that are students tonight, whenever we address the crowd, we should always say, And so that's why I came right here, because it was submitted into my hands, so therefore, I should come where it's appropriate. And I'm saying to all of you, you kind of got away from what we call the church proper rules of order. So whenever you address the congregation, and you're the one that's either asking a question or responding to a question, we always stand. All right? Amen. But I want to say to Deacon Daniels, who to me is one of the world's best teachers and instructors. And I'm not just saying that to flatter him. I have learned a lot just by being in his company over the years. And any of you that know, that's been around a while, this didn't just happen. And with myself, along with Shelby, with Daniels, different ones, all this was birthed and created because we put our heads together. And there's sometimes we agree, and there were sometimes we didn't. And I thank God because they knew when I didn't agree with something, they backed up and they let me have my way. So I don't know if that's good or bad, but we always thank God for right people. Bishop Blake oftentimes say that you should always surround yourself around smart people. Now, they may not be the best people in the world, but you should always surround yourself around smart people because you can't learn. I asked my mother one time, so my mother, you give her a newspaper, you give her a Bible, you give her an encyclopedia, you give her anything, and she could outread all of us. And I asked my mother, I said, Mother, why are you so smart? She said, one of the reasons is I watch TV and I listen and I educate myself so I would know how to conduct myself. So there's many ways that we can learn how to communicate. And I thought that was very a pretty good answer for her to give to me, because I'm not going to tell you what grade she's into, but I can tell you this much: she's one of the most smartest women that you would ever want to be around, because she knows the definition of words and she knows the language. And if you don't try to learn the language, especially our Black men, we need to learn the language. So we'll know how to not only go in and out among God's people, but how to go in and out of the workforce. That's why I watched Minister Carter. Minister Carter, he's willing to put his neck on the line in anything, because he's one that's hungry to learn. And so we are all learning tonight, and we're not just chopping the shop. We learn that we must learn how to pay bills, we must learn how to work, we must learn how to get along with people, because there are some people you get along with them as long as you're not saying nothing. Amen. And they always taught me, two people together and only one talking, that means that somebody else ain't thinking. Amen. So, good or bad, we don't want nobody to think we're not thinking. Amen. So, and one of my mottos, Deacon Daniels and Sister Celeste, thank you for having a great input in these, and what is this week called?
February.
All right, Foundation February. We don't want to forget why we're here. But I oftentimes say, no communication, no what? No relationship. So we have to have communication to have a relationship. And I took a lot of notes tonight because I didn't know that the average person knew 500 words by way of communicating. So I learned that tonight. And I learned some other things that Deacon Daniel spoke of, how important it is to listen to people. how important it is to listen to people. You want to be a great leader and a great mother, a great father, and a good community leader. You have to oftentimes know your environment, know who you're dealing with, and you have to sometimes listen. It's not that you act for, sometimes just need to, as Elder Daniel read those scriptures, sometimes you have to be swift to hear, slow to speak, and slow to anger. Amen. Let's stand. So I appreciate us not having to pay